Hello and welcome back to another video. Before anyone says anything, I know I'm a basic bitch because I'm putting Minecraft parkour in the background of this commentary, but I just don't know what else to do. Like, what else would I do? Just put a black screen? I gotta put something, so we're just gonna do this. We'll have Subway Surfers in the top right, we'll have like the baby sensory videos, we'll have the slime in the bottom left. I'm just kidding. I'm really getting off the rails here. Today we're here to talk about the MrBeast Feastables bars, because somewhat recently he kind of just overhauled the whole thing, did a whole rebrand, and apparently just kind of wiped his ass with the old formula and just made a completely new one. And apparently it's supposed to be the best chocolate in the world. And I said, hold my beer. I'm going to try all of them and see if it truly is the best chocolate in the world. So I have tried all 7 of the new Feastables bars, and I'm going to be ranking them from worst all the way up to the best. And then I'll give my 2 cents on whether or not it truly is the best chocolate in the world. Overall, I can say that he did absolutely improve upon the old ones. The old ones were not bad by any means. I enjoyed them when I had them, but he really took it to the next level with this. And he really popped off, I'd say, with these chocolate bars. Telling you, if I were Hershey's, I would be fucking quivering in my wee little boots. I would be freaking the fuck out because that shit is tasty. Anyways, without further ado, this intro is too long, I'm sorry. Let's just get into the actual chocolate bars here. So starting off with number 7, the worst chocolate bar that you can get from MrBeast. And this is, in my opinion, the only one that I thought was genuinely just bad. Dark chocolate sea salt. It might be kind of a hot take to say that any of these are bad, but I just don't think this one was good. I mean, here's the thing, right? Dark chocolate already has kind of a bad reputation. Like, a lot of people don't like it, so you're already losing people there. I actually like dark chocolate. I'm not saying I like it like the best, but I enjoy it every once in a while. And sea salt is actually a good thing to add with dark chocolate, because if you do it right and you have the right balance and the right kind of salt and everything comes together, you can actually have a really good chocolate bar. Dark chocolate sea salt is a concept that, you know, it's as old as time, you know. Dark chocolate sea salt, we all know it. It's a thing that works. MrBeast failed. He couldn't do it. How it has to be, in a nutshell, is that the salt should be more of a complementary flavor to the dark chocolate, you know, a little thing that's just like, hey, I'm here, but it's not too overpowering. The salt was fighting for the spotlight in that chocolate bar. It was overpowering. There was too much salt, and it ruined the whole thing and just made it too salty and didn't taste enough like chocolate. There ain't room for 2 flavors in this town. It's either one or the other, you know. You either have dark chocolate be in the forefront, or you have sea salt be in the forefront. That would be a very bad bar, actually. Don't do that. The only way you can do it right is if you have dark chocolate with just a hint of salt. They failed. It's too much salt, and it's just really salty and gross. I think it's the only one that I actually didn't really enjoy. Every other bar that we're going to go through on this list I thought was fine. It was a pretty solid bar, you know, and I would at least give it another whirl. This one I would not try again. It's like the only one I think was bad. Like, I would literally pick any of the other ones over this in a heartbeat. So overall, very imbalanced. Kind of like my mental state. So it's just not a good bar. This is the only one I don't recommend to you. Before we continue, the parkour is lagging like crazy. I don't know what Hypixel's doing today, but I promise it's not my fault. Please don't unsubscribe, no. At number 6, we have kind of a hot take here. Peanut butter crunch, and here is why. Okay, sure, the peanut butter is good. Sure, the crunchiness is good, but again, imbalance was what sent this one, like, to, I don't know, the number 6. It's not good because of the imbalance. In theory, if you have the crunchiness and you have the peanut butter and you have the chocolate all in one, it should taste good. The bar was very, very fragile, which, I don't know, maybe it doesn't piss other people off, but it pisses me the fuck off when I pick up the bar and it just starts falling apart in my hands. Especially if it's summertime, that thing's gonna melt so fucking fast, bro. Like, the thing damn near disintegrates in your hands as soon as you touch it. Like, you have, like, Tomura Shigaraki's quirk of decay from My Hero Academia. Like, the bar just starts falling to pieces whenever you touch it. And honestly, it's not even about, like, the structural integrity of the bar. It's really about the taste. I think that the peanut butter tastes overpowering when you introduce the crunchiness, because basically how do I describe this? The peanut butter, the amount of peanut butter they put in that bar is the exact same as the normal peanut butter. There's not any less peanut butter, from what I could tell. However, there is less chocolate, because that chocolate gets replaced with some of the crunch, right? So now the balance between peanut butter and chocolate is disrupted by the existence of the crunch, and now there's too much peanut butter, you know? they could have made it work and like made it balanced, but by trying to introduce a third element, like peanut butter chocolate, that's all you needed, you know? When you introduce the crunch, it throws off the balance and makes it taste worse than the normal peanut butter one, which we'll get into later. Just like the number 7, I think with number 6, the peanut butter crunch, it is imbalanced because they're trying to do too much and they don't know how to do it right. And that's what makes it fall at number 6 on our list here. I actually lied. I think this one I wouldn't even recommend either, just because you can get the peanut butter one, it'll be better. You get the milk crunch, it'll be better. You know, it's not great when they try to do all of it at once. You know, it just doesn't work out. It does taste good, I guess, but not nearly as good as the others. Coming in at number 5, we have dark chocolate. Not much to complain about with this one. We're starting to get into the realm of it's chocolate. Like, how is it gonna go wrong? You know, and that's kind of where we're at with this one. It's pretty good. I've already talked about this, but, you know, dark chocolate, a lot of people hate it because it's bitter compared to milk chocolate, and, you know, it has a bad reputation. I like it every once in a while. I think milk chocolate is better, undoubtedly. And there's nothing wrong with a good dark chocolate every now and then. And I think that as far as dark chocolate goes, as far as like all the dark chocolate I've tried in recent memory, I think this one is pretty top tier. Like, this is an S tier dark chocolate. The common theme with all the Feastables bars in the new formula is that they're very creamy and they're very chewy. This dark chocolate one is no exception by any means. And I think that it does a good job of maintaining the right amount of bitterness. If you're eating dark chocolate, you want it to be a little bitter, but you also probably don't want it to taste like coffee grounds that you just pulled straight out of the bag. It has the right amount of chocolate flavor. It maintains its identity as a chocolate, but it also has the right amount of bitterness that you would want, you know, in a dark chocolate. So it's a very balanced bar. See, what's weird is that some of these bars were imbalanced, but for the most part, they did a good job of maintaining balance. And dark chocolate here, it's balanced. Bitterness, chocolatey, they did it. They nailed it down to a T. It's pretty good, and I think as far as dark chocolate goes, I can't think of a better example. It's really good, and I would definitely recommend it if you are a dark chocolate lover. I think, yes, give it a whirl. Coming in at number 4, we have the almond flavor. I think this one's MrBeast's favorite, but I'm gonna have to beg to differ with him on this one. I think it's good. It's really good. I liked it a lot. So the thing with almonds, I grew up hating them, but now that I'm older, I kind of think they're fine. I wouldn't eat them straight up, but if they're in like a chocolate, I think they can be good. Almonds can be really tasty in chocolate, but they have to maintain a very specific balance. If there's too much almonds in a chocolate bar, it'll fucking ruin it. I think that whole ass almonds have no place being in a chocolate bar. I think it should be like slices. And that's actually what they did with this bar, if I remember correctly. They actually did the slices and stuff. And they kind of did a really good job of having the right balance, you know? Again, it's all about balance with these chocolate bars. I keep saying the same shit over and over again, but it's true. You know, they have the right amount of almond and the right amount of chocolate. It's basically just the milk chocolate and a bit of almond in there. So it adds a little something to it, a little extra flavor, but it's not too overpowering. It's just like supplementary to the main course, which is the actual milk chocolate. And it's perfect. You know, that's all they have to do, and they did it right. Nothing to complain about with almonds here. If you like almond chocolate, absolutely, this is a fantastic option for you. Would absolutely recommend. Even if you don't like almond chocolate, I think it's worth trying just to see if you like this one, because they can actually do it. Like, the almond tastes really good in that bar. It's just really good. And even though almond is like a nut, it's like a crunchy thing, it doesn't ruin the texture of the chocolate bar either. It's still creamy, chewy, and the almond like doesn't, you know, interrupt that either. So from like a texture standpoint, from a flavor standpoint, really well done. Would recommend. Coming in at number 4, almond. Number 3, I was kind of torn up between this and number 4, but I decided to put Milk Crunch at number 3. Not much to say about this. I mean, it's just kind of crispy rice and milk chocolate. I mean, it's just great. I love the little crunchies in there. I just love taking a bite of a milk chocolate bar and just having the crunchy. You know, it's fun. And it's a good balance. You know, it's not too structurally weak, maybe a little bit, but like, it's a good bar. I'm running out of shit to say because a lot of these, it's just kind of the same things. It just needs to be like balanced if they're gonna add 2 flavors. It's balanced. You know, the right amount of crunch, the right amount of chocolate, the right amount of chewy. It's crunchy and chewy at the same time, which is kind of wild, but it's true. It's crunchy and chewy, and they did a good job of doing that. I really liked it. I liked it even more than the almond. I'm just a sucker for the crunchy bars and stuff, I guess, but it's just really good. It really adds something to the bar without really becoming too much of an influence on it, and it's not like overpowering in any capacity. So number 3, Milk Crunch, would recommend, awesome. Number 2 is the one I have the absolute least to say about, Milk Chocolate, coming in at number 2. I just think it's a good milk chocolate. It's creamy, it's chewy, it's a really good flavor. I don't know. I mean, chocolate has been around for so long, it's kind of hard to, like, explain what makes this one so good. But, I mean, it's really, really creamy. Something to note is that it's, like, literally, you can taste the milk in the fucking thing. Like, it's really milky, very creamy. You can taste it. It's very different, very soft and chewy, like melt in your mouth kind of thing. Also melt on your fingertips, so be prepared for a mess, but it's really good. I don't have much else to say. Yeah, coming in at number 2 is your classic milk chocolate. I think it is really good. Also, I could say that this one's definitely a step up from its predecessor, like before the upgrade they did. Coming in at number 1, drum roll please. Ba 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 ba. I don't know why I'm doing this. You probably know what it is already. Peanut butter, number 1. This shit is fucking bitchin', okay? This stuff is the shizness. It is so fucking tasty. I love the peanut butter one. It's so delicious. It's gotta be the best, by far, I'd say. Well, maybe not by far, but like by somewhat far. By a few yards, okay? Let's give it that. That's pretty far. This one's definitely a step up from D's Nuts, God rest its soul. Oh my god, that name was legendary. I really wish they could have kept it. If it weren't for that lawsuit, that pesky lawsuit, damn government messing with our chocolate bars. I'm kidding. Don't sue me. Don't send authorities to my door. Okay, I'm joking, okay? It's the law. I'm not gonna argue with, like, the government over that, but I mean, I guess, I don't know, it's kind of fair, I guess, whatever. It doesn't matter that much, to be honest, what it's named, but I missed the D's Nuts because that was funny. I don't know how much of that I'm gonna cut out, but we'll see when I hit it in post. The thing with a lot of chocolate peanut butter bars is that I feel like a lot of companies fail to achieve the balance. You know, it's either too much peanut butter or it's too much chocolate. They perfected it. They literally made it perfect. There's the perfect amount of chocolate, the perfect amount of peanut butter. You can taste both really well, and they complement each other so nicely. And it just melts in your mouth in a big, gooey, happy thing in your mouth. Don't take that out of context. That could suddenly sound really bad. What I liked about the peanut butter in this bar was that it's like really high quality. Another thing that happens with a lot of chocolate in peanut butter candies is that the peanut butter is just crap. Like, it's just really bad quality, but they used actual, like, really good peanut butter. Like, really good tasting and really good quality peanut butter was used in this bar, which just makes so much more of a difference. Not to name drop other companies, but comparing it to Reese's peanut butter cups, I think that this chocolate bar is miles better. And the reason is because, well, first of all, there's a bit too much peanut butter in a Reese's cup for my personal preference, but mainly the peanut butter in the Reese's cup is kind of, it's not creamy at all. It's kind of like chewy, but not creamy. It's hard to describe, but it's like a low quality peanut butter they use in Reese's. However, in Feastables, the peanut butter they use is just that much better, and that makes it better. So I think as far as the peanut butter chocolate goes, this chocolate bar for peanut butter, like Feastables, is probably the best I've ever had for a peanut butter chocolate. I have not tasted anything better. Granted, I'm not like a connoisseur. I haven't had every fucking one in the world, but I think that this one is the best that I've tried, and I have tried a decent amount of candy in my lifetime. Reese's feels dry. That's how I would describe it. Reese's cups feel dry in your mouth, and Feastables feels moist, and that's a difference maker for sure. So coming in at number 1, peanut butter Feastables. That is the best Feastables chocolate bar that you can get, in my opinion. Definitely go try it. If you're gonna go try some, I'd say that one is a must. Unless you're allergic to peanut butter and it would kill you, don't try it. In that case, go for milk chocolate. But if you're not allergic to peanut butter, eat that one. It's tasty. Very good. So overall, I'd say that Feastables actually isn't the best chocolate in the world. I'm gonna say it. There is one chocolate in my mind that I think is still better than any of these. Cadbury Mini Eggs. They're seasonal. They only show up like around Easter, which makes me sad because I would eat them all year round if I could. It is literally my favorite fucking chocolate in the world, and MrBeast hasn't really changed my opinion on that. It's still the best. You're not beating Cadbury Mini Eggs. I'd like to see him try. For sure. Well, I guess he did try and fail. Sorry, Jimmy, but you just can't beat my favorite chocolate in the world. My favorite candy is still that. And Feastables haven't beat it. But, you know, it's okay. I think Feastables are still really, really good. They're very delicious, and I'd say only 2 of them kind of failed to hit the mark. All the other ones had something to offer in some capacity. So 5 for 7, I'd say, is pretty good. And there's definitely a lot of worthwhile options, a lot of different ones. I hope he comes up with more, because I'd definitely love to try some again and talk about them in a video, because yeah, they're really good. Another compliment I'll give Jimmy on this one is that he still doesn't use the crap ingredients. I think that's a big draw for these chocolate bars, is that he doesn't use crap ingredients. He keeps it very minimal. I forgot the exact number of ingredients, but it's like way less than 10, and it's like all real stuff. They don't put like crappy chemicals and shit in there, which I think is good. I mean, to be fair, you're probably not eating chocolate to be healthy. It doesn't matter. It's bad for you anyways, but I do think it does make a difference for the ingredients to not be like garbage chemicals, and like who knows what that shit does to your body, you know? So like I'd rather eat real shit than fake stuff. So I think that's a really good thing that he's doing. He's proving that you can make really, really good chocolate even without using garbage chemicals, and I think that's awesome. And I hope he continues doing that in the future, because it's a really good example to set for like other companies and stuff. Like, hey, we can do this without garbage, you know? But then again, it might come down to like a cost thing. But hey, if he uses real ingredients and then just outperforms all the other companies, they're going to use real ingredients too to compete. And then that's just going to be better for everyone, right? That's what I would hope would happen. So props to Jimmy for doing that and like using real ingredients and not just resorting to garbage like a lot of other companies will do. So overall, it was a really fun experience trying all these Feastables bars. I would definitely recommend 5 out of 7 of them to you. And that is my comprehensive ranking of all of them. I think that it was really good, and I'm excited to see what Jimmy comes up with in the future for his candies, because honestly, he's taking it in the right direction with these new candies. They're fucking fantastic. Very good chocolate. Very good. Would recommend. Awesome. Also, Jimmy, if you want to give me like $10,000, that'd be pretty hype, you know? I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not, you don't have to, and you probably won't, but I'm just saying I do like money. I don't know where I'm going with this. I don't know. Thanks for watching, everybody. Like, subscribe, and keep vibing.